first important thing that I want to talk to you about the Mayan ceremonies are the altars, the offerings. So why we always have this in the center? Because this is our connection with Mother Earth. This is our connection with the elements. Earth is my body, water my blood, air is my breath, and fire my spirit. So that means the altar that you see in our ceremonies, depending on what you want, your ideas, your style, we can have it a little bit different. There you can see me putting up the altar, and it's important to know that we take normally, we really take the time, 1 hour and a half normally we get on before the ceremony, we get on the location, so we have all the time to set up, ask for the blessings, and really connect energetically with the place, because that is really something important. So here you can see like different styles, different kinds of setups. In this case, we were all very excited because we could share this ceremony in an archaeological site. Here in Mexico, well, in Riviera Maya, we are not allowed to, so it was really a great day and a great experience for us as well as officiants to go there. I was as a coordinator that day, and we built up this wonderful altar and offering. And as you can see, for example, in this altar, they are all a little bit different depending on the officiant ideas and his vision of the cosmos. So here, for example, this means the Nawi Olin, that is the Ometeot, as we say, that is the dual energy of creation. So in Mayan and Mexican cosmovision, really the energy is dual, and feminine and masculine need to work together. So this is the representation, and in the center of the altar, we have there's a container with the cacao seeds. We use cacao in different kinds of ceremonies for its wonderful property to connect the heart with the mind. In this case, this is a detail of the side of the south from the altar that symbolize the element earth. And here you can see it from the top. There's the altar from the top. You can exactly see the 4 direction, and it seems like a flower. So here we are setting up. Here in the center you can see 4 different kinds of seeds. And it's always very important during the ceremonies to talk about the saumadora. Saumadora is the woman with sacred incense that smudge and just accompany us during the ceremony. So normally 1 hour before the ceremony, we need the saumadora. She needs to sit down and get with connection with the fire, because during the ceremony we will use the carbons inside the incenser, and on this carbon we're gonna put some copal. Copal is a sacred incense. She's Eden. She's one of our coordinator helping with the smudging. And for example, in weddings we receive bride and groom before the ceremony, smudging them and elevating their thoughts. In all the ceremony in Mayan and in Mexican lands, you're gonna see the saumadoras, you're gonna smell the copal. So here, for example, is very characteristic. Before the ceremony, we have 2 saumadoras smudging, and we have the officiant in front with the caracol shell. So the caracol shell, it's a sign that something important is happening. Some couple decided to walk together, so they open their arms like in this picture, so the smoke of copal can go really all around the aura and elevating all the spiritual body. And here we can see the saumadora waiting. In this case, the groom decided to walk alone, and then the bride came after. And this couple, they were together. So it really depends what you decide. It's a wonderful experience, though. In a scientific way, we say that copal breaks the molecules of ammoniacs in the air. I hope that I said it well. But on a spiritual way, for example, for me, when I lit some copal, I always feel lighter. And you can use sage in other places. And here, the saumadora always stay on one side of the altar with the officiant, elevating the energy, the thoughts. Here we are sharing a copal ceremony, actually with the carbons that are inside the smudger, el saumador. We're going to give to the couple in this case, but we can do it with groups too, a little piece of copal. They're going to put them in their hearts and ask for a blessing. And then we're going to give the copal, offering it to the fire, like in this way. So when the copal gets to the fire, our intentions in the fire with the smoke will reach the heart of the sky, will reach the Great Spirit. So this is the purpose of it. And for example, in this case, the saumadora will stay a little bit moved from the ceremony space. This ceremony was in a platform that I'm sure you have seen already. And she stayed there a bit far from it because in the platform you can just have 4 people. And she's just taking care of the energy and protecting from one side. And so here we are smudging the rings. You can smudge anything that needs to be cleaned or cleared on a spiritual way. And here as well, smudging the rings. And again, in this case, we had first the groom and then the bride. Another very important things in this ceremony are the direction. People are, sometimes they ask me why they turn at the beginning, why they turn at the end. They turn because we are gonna really asking permission and honoring each direction. So here, as you see, with the corn shell, we ask this permission. Why? Because the guardians of nature recognize the sound of the corn shell, and it's something very, very specific. And every time that we turn in one direction, there's the sound of the corn shell. Normally we start, everybody is turning on the east side where the sun rises, and we ask permission in that side. And then we turn to the north, we turn to the west, and we turn to the south in order. Asking permission, asking guidance to the elements. And normally we are always in a circle. Siempre estamos en un círculo. Porque in the circle, nobody is on top, nobody is below. We are all at the same level. And the energy just gets shared in a circular way. And so after asking permission to the 4 elements, to the 4 directions, turning in each one, we're gonna ask permission to the heart of the sky. We're gonna see up as well with the corn shell, with the music, asking blessing, asking directions. Gracias per I commenti. Definitely is a very intense ceremony. Sí, es muy intensa. En cualquier caso se conectan mucho. It's a very intense ceremony. So after we ask permission to the heart of the sky, then we go and ask permission to Mother Earth, and being very thankful because she is always supportive, and she keeps giving us everything, although we don't treat her very well. Well, now she had a few months to recover, actually. And so what I suggest you as well, in each ceremony, you need to have musicians. As you can hear the music on the back, it gets really a different ambience to everything. And then the drum, you need to remember that the drum is the beating of your heart. And here you can see musicians with flutes as well. We have the big drums, like these ones, or the small one. The big ones are called huehuetl, and the small ones are called panhuehuetl. And we can have officiants wearing pre-Hispanic feathers, colors, or white. That is up to you, what you prefer, if it's your wedding day, or it depends on the mood of the officiant, if he wears normally both. Y bueno, aquí, here we go back to the sound of the shell. You can see we use it in different ceremonies, and this is to seal the intention. Something happening, something important is happening, there's the sound of the corn shell. Well, going back to different rituals that we share during the ceremony, well, here we have the seed, part of the seed. In the center of the altar, we have 4 different seeds that represent as well the 4 elements and the 4 directions. So the officiant is gonna give these seeds to the couple. We're gonna give a shell to them too. So in this shell, they're gonna put all their seeds and to pick them with and putting an intention. So all their intention for their life together will go together in the same container. And normally they take the time to do it, and they get emotional too. And here, for example, they are putting their intention. So we can add in the ceremony your children, parents. They're all with the seeds on their heart to think about this intention. And after they put the intention in the seed, well, our officiant will accompany them to the ocean so they can leave there the offering. Why? In this case, the seed will germinate, will flourish, and so the intention of the bride and the groom. So we have done this offering to the waters of the ocean, of the cenotes, and that's why we're very happy to use moringa seeds for some of the offerings, even if they are not from these lands, but they really help the water to get cleaned. So we always want to contribute in a way to help a little bit Mother Earth recovering. And here you can see as well the offering of the seeds. And here, if there's no water around, obviously the offering can go to the earth. So there's no problem, we can always find a way. And in some wedding ceremony as well, they asked us if they could take the time the day after to go inside the waters and give the offerings. Of course you can, that it's very up to you what you feel. Y bien, aquí pueden ver nuevamente las semillas. Y aquí se nota la división de los 4 rumbos con los 4 colores. So in this case, you can really see the 4 colors and the 4 elements. And depending on the style of the couple, of anyone that wants the ceremony, we can find out as well the best kind of flowers that they want. Normally, we use the red in the east, the white in the north, and it's the black or the purple in the west, and the yellow in the south. And now here, this is the ritual of the cacao that we share during the ceremony. Cacao is a very important medicine. in these lands. If you don't cut it with sugar or milk, just cacao will connect your heart with your mind. That's why we share as well cacao ceremony every full moon and every new moon. But during the ritual of the Mayan wedding, they share these seeds with the intention of connecting really the spiritual side, connecting their mind with their art, always being present for each other. And they get a really good connection. They get very emotional too sometimes. And here this couple decided to have a cacao ceremony before their wedding. It was a very small, intimate wedding with just 6 people, but it was incredible. They had a wonderful time. And having the cacao ceremony before, they just opened their hearts so much that they were hugging each other. All the ceremony, the bride and groom were really with a lot of love to share that day. And another ritual that we normally do during the weddings are the petals. So here there are the people that are important. Sorry. Here there are the people that are important for the bride and the groom. That will keep these baskets with the petals in order to put the best intention for them. And here, for example, were their children, and they get emotional too while they put these intentions, because normally bride and groom are offering the seeds to the ocean while we ask these 4 important pillars, the 4 elements for the bride and the groom to be present. And then we have these wonderful showers of petals. As you can see, with many different kinds of setups. Okay, guys, I would like to ask you if you have any question to ask me. Yeah, it's a trip inside ourselves, yes, exactly. And all the experiences that we share are like that, not just the weddings. We try to make people connect. That's our most important thing. Connect with yourself, connect with your spirit, try to reach, understand who you are, what you want in life, what you're looking for. It's what we help you with. So I have a question that they asked me and they wanted me to answer. So I'm going with that. What in our catalog we mention a ceremony with different elements. What we mean with that, the 4 elements are obviously always in our ceremony, but the elements in our ceremony are the officiant. For example, if you want the ceremony in Maya, you can have a translator in English or a translator in Spanish, or you can directly decide to have your ceremony all in Spanish and all in English. And as well, you can add in your ceremony saumadoras, the lady with secret incense. We can have up to 4, one in each sacred directions. Here, for example, this was a complete pre-Hispanic wedding with colors and feathers. As well, you can mix it. For example, here we have 2 officiants from Mayan tradition, and then accompanying saumadoras and musicians with feathers. And we can have actually as well the option of everybody wearing white. So this is a question.